Hey YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? People have been asking me to do more Mejibray before Christmas and so on, and I meant to. Just, things got in the way, man. Like, I'm just always doing too much. As you guys probably know by now. I try to release daily content, and even when I'm releasing daily content, I'm sometimes multiple videos a day type content, but, like, sometimes I just don't get around to it, or I will just find so much new stuff I want to do that I need to have like a month or two where I just go back and I just do stuff that I've done previously. Just go back and look at bands that I've only done one video of and then just go back that way. If you like that idea, man, let me know in the comments, but besides that, let me know what Mejibray song you want to hear next. And yeah, man, this is The Raven. Let's go. Or just Raven even, but still. Gonna be interesting, man. Like, Mejibray are such a good band. They're very addictive for some of their songs. We'll see where we go for this one. I thought nothing was playing for a second there, man. I was getting worried. I love the little technical elements, man. That's cool. It's all in Japanese, but this is just a translation you see on screen. Boy, this vocal style is interesting. I love the technical elements the most so far though, man. The technical elements are so good. The videos should be a sound. Oh, look at that drum switch, man. That drum switch is sick. Oh, there we go, man. That's the chorus, basically. The chorus is always enough to pick up anything with Mejibray, generally speaking. There's a couple of songs which I don't like from them, but for the most part, as a whole, as like the whole thing, like, Mejibray are one of the greatest v-kei bands to ever exist. I know they're not around anymore, which kind of sucks, man, but the stuff that they left behind, the stuff that they've released is absolute greatness for the most part. And that's awesome to see, man. v-kei deserves to be much, much, much bigger than it actually is. Like, outside of Japan as well, not just inside of Japan. Like, it needs to be a cultural, global thing, like how you have K-pop. Like, even like J-pop needs to be that way too, but still. Either way, man, echoing voices that raise the flag are slowly disappearing, so. The voices that raise the flag under a nationality, under a thing, I'm guessing. Like, those voices are disappearing, they're losing their national identity. In that sense, a vicious executioner set fire to the minority. Don't worry, you won't die. Like, yeah, it's like the rich speaking down to the poor. Is where I'm assuming they're going with this. So the rich are saying, you know what, we're going to, like, fuck this up and mess this up and do this and do this. You won't die, but you're going to suffer a little bit in the process. It's all full of negligence and looking the other way. The big shots say, focus on the future in front of you. Like, yeah, the big shots say the ones in the big corporations or whichever way are like, just focus on the future, man. Don't worry about what's happening now in the present or what's happened before. Just, you know what, it doesn't matter anymore. You should just do this and do this and do that. And it's just one of the things where people can see where the world's going, they can see where the economy is going, and they just don't care. Or, like, the bigwigs don't care, even when the people do. The people are worried. But instead of that, we are questioning the days that we live in now. Like, yeah. We are questioning the days that we live in now, but the future is going to be even worse, either like for global warming or for money and value or lots and lots of other things in between. It all just really depends on which view or angle you really want to go on about it. And yeah, we'll do some more soon. Like, I don't think we need to really do more breakdown just yet. But it's very much like a social commentary or breakdown in a sense. Oh, I love his voice, man. His voice is so good. It sounds so different depending on where you're listening to, man. Like, each song has its own stamp, its own staple about it, which is so interesting. Keeps the band so fresh. Oh, I love synths, man. The synths are gorgeous. Oh, his screams are gorgeous, man. It's been a while since I've heard any new Mejibray, to be fair with you, sir. That bass line is sexy as hell. Move the basses in a little bit more in the mix. That's cool, man. Ooh, solo time, man, let's go, let's see. Damn, man, like technicals or how? Because why the hell not, man? Yeah, man, craziness, just straight craziness. But what else do we expect from Mejibray, man? Mejibray just bring it every single time. For the most part. And that's kind of like a double, like, a thing that, like an oxymoron. There we go, I think that's the right word for it. But yeah, you know what I mean, but still. Then, where do we get to? We on the, when we speak up, we're shut down. Adults say silent disapprovals with their eyes. Keyboards that remove sound's colour are scrapped and done away with, and we lose sight of the future. Costumes that signed the contract get washed over by the waves of this situation, and as just one tiny thread snapped, we are abandoned into the darkness of isolation. This feels like it's almost like about the pandemic, but this is way before the pandemic. Yes, 2018, so like it's way before that. But like on the throes of isolation, maybe it means that it's something to. I know it's definitely like a social construct. So like, as in the newer generation coming up, whenever we try to stand up for ourselves or try to speak up about things or issues or things we have problems with, then we get shut down by the older generations because they think that they know best. They think that they know everything that they can say to do, or whichever way, and they kind of shoot down a lot of our ideas, a lot of our ways, a lot of our culture. But at the same time, I don't agree with PC culture either. Or like, you know, the overly, like how careful you have to be nowadays with your words. Even over very simple issues that you should be able to talk about. But because people get so offended from an opinion, that it makes it very difficult to express everything. So it's kind of showing that, in my opinion, like, and then yeah, we always lose sight of the future for the now, for the moment. For we're not seeing where the dangers come. We're not seeing where all this lack of free speech, or all this, like, even if you're allowed to use your free speech, you can get cancelled and banned off social media and everything else. And it's a very scary time. And then if you just say the wrong thing at the wrong time, or you just go one way in a place people don't like if just one tiny thread snaps, then we are abandoned, we are thrown out, cast out from society, in a sense, in a metaphorical sense anyway. Something to that degree. Let me know what you guys think. There's going to be so much left to break down, to be fair. I could have done way more with that one, man, but well. Mejibray's lyrics are so deep, man. Was he eating the, like, symbol? Oh no, was he eating symbol? Did I miss it again? Yeah, I missed it again. Sorry guys, give me a second. Maybe it's just my mind seeing things. No, it was just me. I think it's because I had like the lyrics up over the screen a little bit, so. The passion is real, man. The whole beat is just going a bit faster, and going for it. Oh man, I love this low tone like this, like, I don't know how to describe it, but you know, this voice specifically, it's one of my favourites that Mejibray did. I should really learn names, mate, but whichever way. You know who I mean. It's almost feminine. It's almost like, you know, when people are learning how to do a girl voice when they're transitioning. Kind of like that. It's such a gorgeous singing voice, man. Damn. So versatile, so crazy. From growls to singing to this to everything. And in between, man. Just why not? That was sick, man. Like, as songs go, that was one of their best, to be fair with you. Like, Mejibray absolutely, like, destroyed that. So great. Such a great song, man. Let me find a place for me to put this, like, that it doesn't look absolutely wrecked. Let's go with that, man. That's completely fine, whichever way. But yeah. Let's break down the rest and hopefully not spend hours doing it, but still. On mornings when we wish for death, nothing but hope starts to melt from our mouths. Like they're hoping for so much more to exist in the world, for the isolations, for the depression, not to actually mean something, for them wanting to die, not to actually not happen, to have something to live for, to have a future worth looking forward to. People don't notice those who are crying. The wings are clouded with black, won't help us see the future. Like, no, a lot of people are struggling in this day and age. Those who are invisible, those whose voices aren't being heard anymore, those who are just left in their apartments, especially in places of social status and structure like Japan, where if you don't have a good education, if you don't achieve what you wanted to achieve, you could literally be alone for the rest of your life. And then it causes people to commit suicide because of that, just because of the way society is constructed in that sense, and you totally get it, right? So, on nights when we wish to disappear, there isn't a single place we can hide into. We were supposed to stay together, yet still lose each other along the way. And whether someday we'll see the light after taking the jump, like the literal jump from like bridge or into a noose or whichever way you want to go about it. Like whether there is a light, whether you will see the light like the next afterlife or a better place. But as Mejibray rightly say, there is no lights. Hello, flightless birthday. Like, you won't flight up to anything, you're just going to go into more despair, more blackness, more nothing, as Ryuk from Death Note would put it. You'll end up in nothingness. We don't know where to turn, we don't know ourselves. Saying a thing like, I want to die, make this world a worse place. This is a world where information is thrown around carelessly. Like, yeah, information is everywhere, especially with things like the internet. The amount of things you could learn and research, and then it doesn't matter because information is pointless at this point. When we're losing focus on ourselves, on we as people, on all of those things, our wounds are forsaken. Like, people aren't seeing the pain we all go through, aren't seeing the way society is crumbling and crumbling against us. And as we block out the words that come welling up, they turn into loneliness full of tears. And that's why so many people are full of depression and hatred for the world and wanting to not even be here anymore. Will our voices also be heard so that morning can come again? In the days that ought to come someday, we will be the wandering ravens. We don't mind even if we get wounds. We cannot speak. We are alive, so we will shout now. Yeah. I'm glad it's ending on positivity because we've gone through so much bleakness during this, but it's been like, you know what, it doesn't matter how much pain, how many wounds we go through, we're going to shout our opinions, our way of life, our reason to be, our existence in general, all of that, everything, because why not? Though we're alive, someday we will die. If we keep living, someday we will still die. So shouldn't we be able to feel happiness for a single moment of time in this life? Exactly, that's exactly what you should be feeling every single day. You shouldn't let society take a hold of you in that sense to allow that depression to fit in. You should break through those social constructs and find a way to enjoy your life, because it's important, man. Life is short, life is precious, and people don't enjoy it enough. They get so worked up with what life is, they forget the purpose of life is to end. And yeah, man, sorry for my throat. My throat's been weird today. But still, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. Gotta love Mejibray. So deep, so much to go into. And man, just greatness, man. The song was impeccable. It was one of their best. Killing Me is still my favourite personally, but this is like top 3, top 4 in that kind of area, if you want to put it that way, but still. Have a wonderful day, evening or night, everybody, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. take it easy. See you guys soon.